Hey guys, it's Jeff from Pressure Luck, and I want to wish you all a very happy new year. May 2025 bring us all wonderful, delicious, and comforting things. Now, speaking of which, I couldn't be more proud to start off the year with a wonderful video partnering with one of my favorite brands in the universe, Better Than Bouillon. You know how much I love this stuff. Hopefully you've learned a little thing or two about Better Than Bouillon from me. It's my favorite thing to use, not only for broth, but to also season up some pastas, rices, even baking. It goes so much beyond just soups, you know what I mean? So today I want to focus on the Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken base. And by the way, you can use the reduced sodium version of this if you want, or even the no chicken base, where it doesn't actually have any chicken in it. But for those who are vegetarian, whatever you want to use here. But I'm going to be using today the Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken base. Mwah, I love you. And I'm going to be making one of the most comforting things we can have at this time of year, or really any time of year. I'm talking a chicken noodle casserole. Now, a chicken noodle casserole, or any kind of casserole, is like that old school 1950s dish that it just brings comfort, joy, and just relaxation and zen, especially on a super frigid, chilly January evening. So I'm going to show you how to bake, not just make, but bake the ultimate easy, pleasy, cheesy, creamy, dreamy chicken noodle casserole you've ever had, and it's all courtesy of setting the flavor over the top with a little bit of Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken base. So you'll see for yourself just it is to make. Let's go. So the first thing I want to do is I want to preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So while the oven's preheating, we're going to create our chicken mixture. What I want to do is I want to get a whole rotisserie chicken and then just rip all the meat off, discarding any of the bones and the skin and the cartilage. So we have all this. This is a lot of meat. We want this to be nice and meaty. Add this to the mixing bowl. It's going to be a nice large mixing bowl we're going to add it to. And then I want to add in two 10.5-ounce cans of cream of soups. In this situation, I'm going to use 1 can of cream of chicken and 1 can of cream of mushroom, but you can use 2 cream of chickens, or you can even use 2 cream of mushrooms, or any other cream of soup that you enjoy. And there goes the chicken. And now the cream of mushroom. I also want to add in 1 cup of mayonnaise. Yup, a whole cup of mayonnaise. As well as a whole cup of milk. And I'm using whole milk for this. And by the way, you want to make sure that mixing bowl is nice and big, because we're going to be doing some mixing. And between a 10 to 16 ounce bag of a frozen vegetable mix. This one has peas, carrots, green beans, and I think some lima beans in there. But you can use whichever kind of blend that you enjoy. If you just like some corn or you just want some peas, you can use those, or carrots, whatever you want. Just use about between 10 to 16 ounces, which is when you'll typically find your bag size in the frozen section of your market. And then for my secret ingredient that's really going to send this flavor home, I am going to use some Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken base. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to unscrew the top here, and this is what it's going to look like. Beautiful, nice color. And I'm going to take a teaspoon of it and then just add it to my mix. Thanks, Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken base. You're really going to make this chicken noodle casserole come to life. And then I'm going to get in there and I'm going to mix everything up nice and good. Put some arm work into it. It's going to be a bit thick. Okay, once we have some mixture going on here, I want to then add in 2 cups or an 8-ounce bag of a shredded cheddar cheese blend of your choice. And then mix that in. And then finally, I'm going to add in a 12-ounce package of wide ribbon egg noodles that I've just cooked according to the package's instructions. And then add that to the bowl. Again, you want a big mixing bowl here because there's a lot of mixing to be done. Get in there and mix everything together nice and good. Alternatively, if you'd like to add even more seasonings to this amazing, amazing chicken noodle casserole, these are optional. You can add a half a teaspoon of each. Granulated onion, you could add some Italian seasoning, some dried or rubbed sage, and or some seasoned salt. I would go with a half a teaspoon of each, but if you want it even extra savory, you can go for a whole teaspoon of each, especially with the seasoned salt. That's up to you. But start with half, and then you could always add more. Okay, and we are looking perfect here. All right, now we're going to set this aside for a moment. And then a separate bowl, I'm going to take a half a stick or 4 tablespoons of salted butter, and then I'm going to just pop it in the microwave between 30 to 45 seconds until it melts. Perfect. And then to that bowl of melted butter, I'm going to take a sleeve of buttery crackers, and then just kind of, before I open the sleeve, crush them up by hand like this. It's kind of fun. And pour them into the butter. And then I'm going to take a fork and then just mix everything so the butter and the crackers become nice and combined with each other. This is going to be the crust for our casserole. I also use a mac and cheese using a buttery cracker and butter blend. It's the perfect crust, in my opinion. Okay, and this is looking good. Let's set aside. Now it is time to simply assemble our chicken noodle casserole. We want to take about a 13 by 9 or 9 by 13, the same thing really, casserole dish. I like to use a non-stick one, but for extra measure I'm also going to be spraying it with some non-stick cooking spray. And then I'm going to take my casserole mixture and add it to the casserole dish. Okay, and once it's all been added to the dish, I'm just going to smooth it out, make sure everything's kind of evenly distributed in the dish. And then I am going to top it off with my buttery cracker crust. And just kind of evenly disperse. Oh, do you hear that chime? I think that means it's time to put this beauty in the oven. Okay, and now that I'm preheated to 350 degrees, I'm gonna open my oven and I am going to place my casserole uncovered on the middle rack, where it will bake between 30 to 40 minutes at 350 degrees or until that cracker crust becomes a nice golden brown in color. And by the way, while it's baking in the oven right now, let's also start the year off with a discount. Go to betterthanbouillon.com/PLC, and then when you go there and you put things in your cart and you check out, enter the code PRESSURELUCK, that's all one word, at checkout for 20% off your order through March of 2025. I know, what a great thing, huh? Who wouldn't love that? Phenomenal. Thank you, Better Than Bouillon, for being so generous, and thank you guys for watching this. All right, I think it's just about done. And I've baked it for about 35 minutes. The time is up, and oh, this is looking nice. This is looking very, very, very nice. Look at that, do you see it? Perfect, all right. I'm going to now rest my casserole on a trivet on the counter, or in this situation on a cutting board. And look at how beautiful this is looking. So gorgeous. Comfort in a casserole. There's nothing like it. Okay, and now I'm gonna get in here and I am going to, oh yeah, I'm gonna scoop some of this amazingness out. Look at how creamy and steamy and dreamy this is. I'm gonna put this in my bowl and oh my gosh, I cannot wait to try it. I mean, I could barely contain my excitement. Look at this. All right, here we go. Okay, in the moment of truth, here's our taste test. Let's do it. Okay, this is so creamy and unbelievable. There's so much chicken, and just look at this giant piece of chicken and noodles. Here we go. Look at how phenomenal this is looking. It's like a combination of chicken pot pie meets chicken noodle soup. That's what it is. There's similarities between this and a chicken tetrazzini, by the way, which I'm gonna have to share a recipe for in a minute. By the way, chicken tetrazzini is in my Possibilities cookbook. You're gonna wanna get that one as well. In fact, I've written 5 cookbooks. Let me swallow, hang on. All my cookbooks have beautiful color step-by-step photos, as well as a final shot for every single one, so there's no guesswork. My books are designed for the novice cook and somebody who is cooking already all their lives but wants something easy to follow and a break from all the hassle. I've also written 4 other cookbooks, all for the Instant Pot, the electric pressure cooker, which wouldn't be in this situation, but just like my Possibilities cookbook, these also have step-by-step beautiful color photos for everything. It's one of the most easy, tried, proven, and true cookbooks on the market for any sort of pressure cooker or just in general, and you're gonna love it. And I am telling you right now, between all the vegetables going on in there, and all the chicken, and all the noodles, and all the flavors, it sends it home by having the Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken base in there. It means everything. Now, I tell you to add a teaspoon of it, but you can really go as far as to adding a whole tablespoon if you want. It's not gonna make it overly salty, the flavor, I promise you. It's gonna be perfect. So feel free to up it to a tablespoon, which is, you know, the equivalent of 3 teaspoons. It's totally your choice. I love this stuff so much. It is so magical. Another thing about Better Than Bouillon is, although we didn't use it as a broth in this situation, it can be used as a broth, and the whole jar is a concentrate, and it's 38 cups of broth in the jar, because 1 teaspoon of Better Than Bouillon plus 1 cup of water equals 1 cup of broth. Look at how much space this saves in your fridge. The expiration date is very generous, and it's just gonna last you a really, really good while being one of the most flavorful broths you've ever had. In fact, it is the most flavorful broth you'll ever have. the best. Mwah. Again, Better Than Bouillon, if you want a discount on this, go to betterthanbouillon.com/PLC and then enter the code PRESSURELUCK, all one word, at checkout for 20% off your order. Thank you so much again for watching, my friends. And remember, the next time you want a nice warm hug during this winter season, grab some chicken in a bowl because we're gonna make some chicken noodle casserole. Enjoy. It's delicious.